Guess what, you guys? We're making another short film. I'm so excited. It was like not even something that I would have thought we would be doing a year ago. And now we're working on short film number 2 for 2020 during a pandemic. Crazy. So this short film is going to be released for Christmas. I'm really excited about it. I think that it's going to be some interesting developments, but again, I'm just going to take you along with me and let you see a little bit of the process of making this one. So the script, instead of being written over once every so often over a few months, I wrote it in like a week and a half. I worked on it for maybe 3 days, read through it with Dee. We made a couple slight adjustments, and then we sent out notices to our returning actors. We started rehearsals like maybe a week after that with everyone who's confirmed so far and has been available. And we are also having to recast someone. So it was no drama. Everything is cool, but one of the actors just wasn't available this time around. So we are in that process. We're going to be finishing that process hopefully Sunday. It's Thursday right now. But it's exciting. We're already having like great rehearsals. The scenes are coming together that we've gone through so far. We've only had 2 days. We've gone over like 3 or 4 scenes. So what's next? We're doing all Zoom rehearsals for this, Zoom auditions for the recast. And then we start filming in about a month. So I'll let you guys see a little bit of the rehearsals this time around if Zoom, because we're on Zoom, isn't acting too crazy. And the process as we're planning. We're having to buy a camera for this because something happened to our other camera. And we might upgrade some equipment. So if that happens, you'll be along for the journey too. And we're crowdfunding this one. So we've opened it up to fans and corporate sponsorships, people who might just want to help make this happen, have their name attached to the film. So we're seeing how that goes. Dee and I self-fund all of our personal projects normally, but if we can partner with some people, that would be a huge blessing. So we'll see how the crowdfunding campaign goes too. So much is happening, you guys. Stay connected. Stay tuned. This isn't going to release until the movie's out, but keep watching. Welcome back to Ellie's car blog. I'm just kidding. I mean, it is what it is, right? So I haven't blogged in a bit about the movie process, and I just thought that I would let you guys know. So we did have to unexpectedly recast one of the main characters, Lisa, and it ended up being, I mean, I wouldn't say a good situation because we're pretty sad still to have lost the original actor, but a good situation because we discovered a new person who will bring something different. She will not be the same, but she is excellent. And we had an incredible audition with her last night. We really like her as a person. By the time that you are watching this, you will have seen it. So Beth was just phenomenal to even audition, and we're really looking forward to working with her at this point. So that's exciting. We have a week full of rehearsals moving forward. And I am really starting to feel like this movie is for sure going to be made. Like, we had already made up our minds that it was going to be made and released for Christmas, but it's a great feeling to see it happen. So from this point forward, because I noticed in the last vlog about making this process, you didn't so much care about the tension of will it come out because you'd already seen it. So I'm going to try and show you guys more of what it looks like to make this happen rather than my feedback on its happenings. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to bring you guys into some auditions this week, and it'll be fun. Well, I just wanted to give you guys a quick update as we are in production for this film. It's the beginning of October when I'm actually recording this, and we were just notified that the first short film was selected as a semi-finalist for the New York New Filmmakers Festival. So that was exciting. I'm new to the film festival situation, so I think what that means is that it won't be shown in this upcoming program, but it's being held in consideration for other programs. So it's still cool, even though it's maybe not like a finalist and isn't being shown yet. And it was really nice to be able to text the actors who were involved and Destiny, who did camera work with us, that their hard work was recognized. So yeah, that was a cool boost as we head into making this next film. And I wanted to share it with you guys. So this is that film. There's the poster that I did for it, and then you can watch it at the end of this video. I'll link the first short film.
Fell right into place. Embrace the character, live with the script, and really have.
So we just got done filming a little like preview promo to Izzy's Christmas. So Dee shared a little bit, and then I shared, and then we are going to be sharing a lost file in it as well. So if you haven't seen that, even if you've already seen the movie, go back and check this out, because it's kind of cool to hear like what went into the process, the planning stages, and then you'll also get to see that lost scene from the Unspoken Sacrifice. So make sure that you're checking that out too. But yeah, we just wrapped promoting it a little bit, and we'll have more promotions to come, but this was the first one. We're excited. He's trying to become a blogger again, y'all. You think he's gonna succeed this time?
Whatever. This is a common area, all available to me. Television, whatever. That's
So for this particular, I like the view.
Yeah, that's really nice.
so. This is one of my suits right
Okay. I was gonna say, yeah, for this scene, basically it's a exec of a company, and then one of his employees walk past and they have a conversation. That's really it.
here. This is one suit.
So we are location scouting, and just found, I think, Mike's new office, so that's exciting. Thanks to Antonio, and ABG, I'll tell you later, Technology Consulting. It's a beautiful view. I'm gonna see if I can show it to you guys. That's the view. It's the sunset. So very exciting. We're nailing it all down. Just finished wrapping the 5th take of our teaser for Izzy's Christmas. It went well. We're just picky. And also, hi Renee. Might see her on set, we'll see. Also, it's like annoying to set up a full set and then not be behind the cameras. Can't wait for you guys to see it.
We should have probably vlogged and captured this.
I'm doing like a behind the scenes.
Kind of lame.
Wow.
Oh, okay, so these are both the same. I wish we could find a set of just white.
First group of presents all wrapped up. What do you think? He worked hard on it. So I just wanted to check in with you guys, tell you a little bit more about the actress Joy Jarrett, who has really been killing it in preparation and rehearsals. It is now like filming time, but I didn't get a chance to check in when we were doing rehearsals. What I've loved seeing from her is how she has been just really making the character her own this time. She has connected, I think, more with the story, and you can see it on set. So that's been really fun. She's finding her groove, which I love. She did great in the first one. I think she's doing even better in this one. So you guys are going to have a lot of fun watching this if you haven't already, but if you have, then you know what I'm talking about. Just want to say shout out to her. She is a 13-year-old actress, and she's really doing a great job and playing someone younger than her, which is challenging when you're a teen. So good job, Joy.
Hey, we made it through post-production. Yes.
That would mean they were done.
We made it through pre-production.
What kind of professional are you?
I'm just living on a hope and a prayer. So we made it through pre-production, like casting, auditions and casting, rehearsals, locations, script edits, props, all that good stuff. Tell me about the casting process. I know that you already shared a little bit about the recast of Lisa, so we'll save that for the exclusive virtual theater content. But overall, like, we did have one other new person. And how did like the prep process as far as the cast went go? How do you feel?
Yeah, everybody for the most part came back. And that was kind of a given. We knew that we were going to do that, just because, I mean, they did a really great job on the first short that we did, so there was no need to seek, replacements there. And yeah, we did have to recast the character Aunt Lisa just because of unforeseen circumstances. Life, it happens. And then we added a character. I don't know if she ever did earn or gain a name in the script, but
Judge Your Honor.
yeah, that. So, I mean, really that process for me, after I heard the script, oftentimes it's weird, but I like get on social media to think, as weird as that sounds, because most people get on there to be distracted, but nevertheless, I got on and I was just thinking, like, who could I think of for this particular part? And we auditioned a few people. We thought about a few different people. I reached out to a few people, and then the person that we actually casted is actually I don't know if she's a freshman. Oh geez, maybe she taught me as a freshman and a sophomore English. My high school English teacher. So that was fun. Not only is she my teacher, but in high school I did theater, so she was director, assistant director. I did theater all 4 years of college, high school. So she was either director, assistant director, stage manager, or something along those lines. So we've worked in the live environment pretty closely, and then. But it's kind of weird because, like, she is my teacher, or she was my teacher, and now the roles are turned a little bit. I'm more so the director or in the driver's seat. So at first it was a little weird because it's like,
You wouldn't call her by her first name.
yeah, it's like, do I call you by what I was told to call you in high school? And then I even shared with her, like, in high school I wanted to call her by her first name because I knew what it was, and now as an adult I want to call her by yeah, anyway, and even now I'm not comfortable enough to say
He hasn't yet.
yeah, but anyway, yeah, so we wind up casting my high school English teacher, and it's been fun. I think it's cool that we're able to experience or see each other outside of the classroom, and more so like really working in our purpose, and then like not only separately, but now we're together working in that purpose. And she was actually like, I mean, when I was in high school I felt like I knew what I wanted to do, but like I was still just getting my feet wet with it. And now, like, I've been in it for a little while, and then to see, or I'm sure for her to be able to see me now, like, full-fledged chasing after a dream that she saw just glimpses or potential of when I was in high school. I'm sure that was a cool experience for her. But enough about her. Like, that relationship is pretty cool in itself. But just everybody, I'm happy with the way it has gone, or it's going. The Zoom thing is still I don't know if we're in 2020. I don't know if you call it a pandemic anymore, but we're in 2020.
A plandemic, if you trust social media.
Okay. And so, I mean, things are different. Live interactions with people and physicals, that stuff is so different now. And no judgment to anybody who, mask, no mask, in the house and in solitude, or out and about like nothing's going on. No judgment to anybody wherever you're at in life, but it's just like out of respect for everybody involved or not really knowing where everybody was at, we, just kind of went along with the current norm. So everything was done through Zoom. And it's, I think this time around I had grown used to it and understanding that this is just what it has to be. And I think actually because the cast was pretty much the same, I knew what to expect from them in person, so I wasn't really too much bothered by the distance. But
it was a little annoying because it's like the dropped calls.
Yeah, and then we didn't pay for Zoom, so
we had to change links a lot.
Yeah, that was just us being
cheap. We're on a shoestring budget, guys. It is what it is.
Okay. I don't know about that, but
you like to buy shoes, so
okay, shoestring budget. Yeah, that nice. So it was annoying from that perspective. Yeah, like every 40 minutes or so, you got to start a new session and then wait for everybody to get back in. And, because we had so many rehearsals in one day, it was like, okay, am I in the right rehearsal room? Nobody else is in here with me. Like, what's good? So, but we made it work. And I don't think that, it was annoying, but I don't know that really was a hindrance to the process. It just made it that much more interesting. So
yeah, and gave everyone something like super to look forward to once we got on set, which we'll talk about in the next vlog. But yeah, and kudos, like you said, to the cast, because I feel like they really had to dig in and force themselves to be focused when it's easier when you're in person. And some of them were like on Zoom all day for school, and so just getting back on Zoom, like, we really appreciate that kind of mental sacrifice that they did.
Yeah. And yeah, that within itself, I definitely can, like, for them, my creative juices didn't get flowing until we got on set, so I didn't have to dig into anything, really. But yeah, for them, just sticking it out, staying the course with all the technical whatever that we got going on, and then being able to still, like, once we got on set, I'd give them a little time to run through it. But really it was like, okay, here we go, action. And, I wasn't disappointed. So definitely to them and their diligence, and dedication to, in their free time or like around their busy lives, still being able to, make this a priority and make it happen. Yeah.
Yeah. What about, another part of the planning process was locations, and sometimes I feel like we're back in pre-production because there are still complications, but the location process was a little different this time, because last time we really just used like the houses of people we were connected to, and for the most part we're kind of related to you in some way, and this time we needed some other locations. So yeah, I don't know, do you have any thoughts about the location process?
Like you said, the first one, it was really like, it wasn't at home, meaning at my house, but it was all family or friends of the family. And like, I don't want that part to be overlooked by any means, because it's like,
they made it happen, like, without them.
And then like them really backing this or supporting, like, hey, listen, you can come and go as you want to. And at a certain point I felt bad, because it's like, we're downstairs yelling at 12 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and they're trying to be upstairs sleeping, and it's like, no, do y'all thing. Like, so really that to me just adds to the support of the people around me. Like, yeah, it's maybe not a financial support, but it's like, whatever you need from me that I do have, I'll give it. So to all those people, you know who you are, definitely thank you for that, because that's huge, like allowing us to really like just full on chase our dreams. And then there's the other side of that where we were on other people's time, and at their convenience or at their like
mercy.
Really the ball was in their court. And even still, thank you to those people. But I will say, as a creative person, it was a little frustrating, because I felt like, and I was telling one of my buddies this the other day, I felt like okay, we had a limited amount of time in a certain space, and by the time we get unpacked and get comfortable and get like really, okay, let's give it, from the creative standpoint, now it's time to pack up. And it was like,
And
we were just,
we're a little spoiled because we work out of a home studio a lot of the
Yeah.
time, and so working on someone else's time is not something we've really ever had to deal with, but
Mhm.
it's still super frustrating.
yeah, it's again, grateful for everybody, like, not to take away from what the sacrifices that people made for us and opening their doors, because again, that's huge and nobody had to. But like you said, we're spoiled and we typically can come and go when we want to, how we want to, and whatever. So really, I guess for me though, it's a big motivation to me to like reach a place of, okay, if this is really what you want to do, at some point you just got to get your own.
And it's good to be put in a position where you have vision for greater.
Yeah.
Because if we weren't being stretched and pushed, it would be like, oh, no, this is fine.
Yeah. It's forced us to not settle. And again, not disrespecting or dishonoring those people, but it's like, all right, next time, yeah, I'm going to have my own warehouse situation where I have furniture and I can just set up however I want to, and run it as many times as I want to, and I don't have to worry about who's upstairs sleeping or not or what. Like,
And it's just like, I think, especially in the area that we're in, people aren't really used to film production or what those schedules look like either. So for us to have a dedicated space, I think, like we talk about all the time, it would probably open opportunities for other people too. And yeah, that's important to us. But can't wait until we can have like what would be Tyler Tony Turk Studios.
Who's Tyler?
Well, like Tyler Perry. Like
Well,
if he wants to jet in, you know.
Yeah.
Corporate sponsor.
Wow. Good luck with that. Yes, but definitely an uncomfortable stretch, but a motivating stretch nonetheless, to say that you know where you want to go, or you know how you want it to be. And, you know, at a certain point, yeah, it comes like you have to create that for yourself and then again for other people. And I don't think people really realize or understand how much time really goes into it, or how many different takes exist.
I mean, sometimes we don't even realize it until we get there.
It's easy to watch a 60-minute film and think, oh yeah, that was cool, but you never think about like how many hours were the actors there, how many hours was the crew there setting up and readjusting. And thankfully the cast that we work with were very appreciative and understanding of like, hey, if we're gonna do this, let's do it and do it right. So let's take our time. If that means you got to redo something or readjust it, and you know, so again, like, to them, with their patience with us through this process. And in my book, they're professionals. They don't have necessarily professional exposure, quote unquote, or they're not in LA or, you know, Atlanta or Vegas or whatever. But I mean, they, to me, exhibited professionalism the best way they knew how, without any training. And it was just like, well, this is the process, so let's do what we got to do and stick it out. So yeah.
Yeah, and I had a thought, but I forgot it. So never mind.
That's usually how that goes.
It was really poignant too. Oh, I remember.
Here we go.
It wasn't that poignant. But
Poignant?
another
What?
poignant.
Like buoyant, but
With a Poing. Poignant.
who? Never mind. What's your point?
I was also thinking about like how appreciative I was just from the script standpoint and as a writer to see people like believe in the story. And it's really fun to see them like read through it and maybe laugh at the jokes that I was hoping people would laugh at,
Yeah.
or see like when I even read through it with you, your connection to it. Because it's really important to me that like if the people in it are connecting with it, then hopefully the people watching it will connect with it too later. So that's always a really cool process, and another part of the planning, I guess, that we definitely have to go through. And we didn't have that many edits in the script this time, so that was cool too.
Yeah, I think we this go around we really I mean, we gave the cast what it was on the paper, and then they knew I have the freedom to become who this person, and really like to write it down is one thing and to see it in black and white, but then to allow somebody else to add their flavor or their taste to it just really makes it real and makes it life. So no, there wasn't a whole lot of edits, and really we kind of let them have the freedom to be that. So yeah,
it's nice when you don't have to script conversation, but they got the important parts. So.
Yeah, and that was key. Is like, this is the message. Package it however you would as Ashley, Aunt Lisa, Izzy, or Mike, or whomever, whatever character you played. Package it that way, but this is what I want it to be when it comes out. Yeah.
What about the turkey? That's another part of the planning process.
The turkey. Shout out to Big Daddy's Barbecue.
Never mind. I shouldn't say their slogan, huh?
If you haven't tried Big Daddy's, do it.
In
and their
Gary,
slogan
Indiana.
is very, hey, you know.
Cheeky.
But yeah, we had a real dinner, a real Christmas dinner. I think Mike enjoyed it more than anybody.
I wish that we could just show him eating it.
We're not going to do that. But either we had worked him all day.
Yeah.
And he hadn't ate, or
he's trying to look skinny on camera.
Whatever. But the food was really good. Yeah, Big Daddy's Barbecue. Their main location is in Gary. Then they've got one in Hammond or East Chicago. Then there's one in Cherville as well. But yeah, they are
book them for Christmas.
They're friends of mine, so show them some love. But yeah, the turkey was, from my understanding, it was good. I didn't have any because I was
working. I had a taste of it.
Yeah.
I took the greens home for lunch. Those were good.
Nice.
Sorry.
Nice, yeah.
We'll get you some Big Daddies later. That didn't cut that out.
Okay. All right.
Anyway, so the pre-production process.
And we're back. Oh my goodness.
Listen, it's his fault for the name.
Yeah, anyway.
Overall, like, I feel like we're pretty solid with planning. And it went pretty well. Yeah, any final thoughts on that? Because we're going to close it out here, and then we'll talk about, like, on set in the next vlog, which comes out next week, you guys.
Yeah, I think just to summarize it all up, I don't know if you guys know me or not, but I don't like to write things down.
It's very frustrating for those of us who do.
I'm very much off the cuff. And the reason I am that way is because I don't want to go into a situation limited. And that doesn't mean I'm going in like I have no idea what I'm doing. But at the same time, I'm not like matter of fact, this is what's going to happen. So I had the plans in my head. Other people had no idea what the plans were. Some people had plans in their head that weren't what actually happened. Hey, whatever. Either way, here we are for the second go round. I think we're on to something pretty cool here. So yeah.
Should we start a podcast? 50 likes on the video.
Okay.
January 2021.
We're not starting a podcast, but we are sitting at our podcast table in the studio.
Yeah.
It was set up from a client, and we just was like, hey, we got the equipment. And I think this is the first time I've ever used the device that's recording it. Like, I've played with it just because it's cool and it has triggers on it and it lights up and all this other stuff. But to be honest, I don't know that my voice has ever been recorded through that device. So,
me neither.
Yeah, well, anyway, hope you like that.
Podcast 2021.
No, it's not happening.
50 likes. Every platform.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Praise the Lord.
I'm taking your move.
Stellar.